Hey guys, HCGChica. I came on today to tell you guys about a free, wonderful resource for recipes with lots and lots of pictures, which I think is just totally great for looking for P3 recipes and P4 recipes after the HCG diet. Okay, for those of you who want short and sweet, I'm going to give it to you short and sweet, and then I'll go into more details afterwards for those of you who want more explanation. So, if you want to find really awesome P3 HCG diet recipes, go to Pinterest.com, make an account, and then find me, Pinterest.com/HCGChica. On my account, you will see a number of different categories of little boards, and there's one called P3 HCG Diet Recipes, there's one called P4 HCG Diet Recipes, and there's one called Sugar-Free, Grain-Free Recipes. If you follow me on Pinterest, there's a little button to follow me. You can go into those different boards and see a bunch of awesome recipes that I've been collecting from all over Pinterest and all over the internet with wonderful, full color, beautiful photos of these different foods and recipes. So for those of you who want it short and sweet, just go do that. I came on today because I wanted to tell you about a new free resource for finding recipes for P3 and P4. When it comes to P4 recipes, what I mean is recipes that while they do include some starch or sugar, it's a moderate amount that makes them still healthy to eat long term. It's kind of a new social media type platform, and I know you guys are probably thinking like, oh my goodness, please no more of those different things that I have to, maintain, like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, and there's so many of them. And to be honest, I don't feel totally comfortable still with Twitter or Facebook. I just still not getting the hang of it. But with this new one, it's called Pinterest.com. I'm just totally in love with it. It's all about visuals and photos, which, when it comes to eating and cooking and food, I don't know about you, but I really like to see a picture of what I'm going to make. It's really hard for me to decide on a recipe if all I see is text, But if I see a photo of it, it's like so much easier for me to figure out like, oh, I want to cook that. So anyway, you do have to create an account in order to see my account. So let me kind of explain how it works. My Pinterest account is Pinterest.com/HCGChica. Which you can get to me once you sign in and log in and create an account. Basically what Pinterest is just an online pin board. So at home maybe you have a real pin board that you have little pins and you pin little scraps of paper of things you need to remember. Hey, why explain when I can show, huh? Okay, so I want to show you guys, this is my little pin board I have at home. And so it's just, you have those little, what are those called? Those little pins, and you pin stuff to it because it's stuff you want to remember, right? So Pinterest is the same thing. It's really similar. It's just an online pin board. So it's a great way to just corral any information online that you want to remember. Instead of, for instance, you guys probably bookmark stuff like I do, and I have my bookmarks in my internet, thing, and my list is like now this long, and I never get around to organizing them, and all it is a bunch of links. And so it's really hard to find information that I wanted to come back to because there's no pictures. We can identify something in a photo much faster than we can read links and, okay, which link was it again that talked about this subject? So that's why Pinterest is so nice, because everything is photos that will take you to whatever blog post or whatever recipe you wanted to come back to, so you can kind of identify it instantly. So to me, it's a real time saver and a real motivator, just because all the photos are so pretty. It's all about photos, and you can pin photos from pretty much anywhere on the internet. But also Pinterest has become so big itself that a lot of people just repin other people's pins. So you can just search on Pinterest.com now to find recipes. And then if you see someone who pinned something that you like a recipe, you could just repin it. So how it works is, if you have your account inside, you're going to have different boards that you can create for different subjects. You can do it for whatever you want. I'm going to show you real quick a screenshot of my Pinterest account with the boards. You'll see I have a CrossFit board, I have a P3 HCG diet recipes board, I have a P4 recipes board. So let me show that to you. Okay, so that's what the main account area looks like for me. And I created those boards myself. Now, once you go into the board, you'll see that I've pinned a bunch of different recipes that I have found on Pinterest, on other food blogs, and because I wanted to save them and remember them for later, I pinned them to the designated board. So anyway, hopefully that gives you a visual of what it looks like. And basically what happens is when you, if you follow me on there, which I hope you will, because I hope it's a great free resource. So follow me on Pinterest. Then you'll see whenever I add new recipes to those boards, and you can go on to that board, P3 HCG diet recipes that I've made. And then if there's anything on there you especially like and you want to save it to your account, to use, you can repin it. You'll see a little button that says repin when you hover over it. And then you repin it to your own board, and you can create the title of your board however you want, and you can save that to your board to come back to later. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys because I've been using it now for about a month or two, and I was a little slow to start, but it's such a great resource just because the photos really motivate you to want to cook healthy food. I think sometimes that's half the battle. One of the battles is time, obviously, because most people today work, or if you're not working secularly, you are working at home as a busy mother or something like that, or a caretaker. So time can be an issue. But the other thing sometimes I think is just motivation. It's just like, it's not very motivating. But if you all of a sudden see some beautiful photos of delicious looking food and there's a recipe with it, doesn't that kind of motivate you to want to make it? So anyway, if you need ideas for what to cook during P3 and what to cook during P4 as well, it's like when you get to P4, that doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to go back to eating a ton of ice cream and french fries from McDonald's. It's like, obviously, after we lose this weight, we are needing to make a lifelong healthy change. And we may still be able to eat some starches and sugars, but of course it's going to need to be healthy and in moderation. So that's what the P4 HCG Diet Recipes board that I've made and been gathering recipes for is all about. Those recipes are things that have a small amount of starches in them, like potatoes or rice, or maybe a small amount of honey, or a small amount of sugar, but not so much that it would make it an unhealthy recipe. But it does have some starch or sugar, meaning it wouldn't be suitable for P3. So anyway, so go on Pinterest, pinterest.com/HCGChica if you want to find me, and you can follow me if you want, because I am actively searching out recipes to put onto my different boards for P3 and P4. So I'm kind of basically doing the legwork for you, because what I'm having to do is first look at all the recipes that I pin to make sure that they are P3 friendly or they are P4 friendly before I put them onto the board. There aren't a lot of actual boards out there yet for actual, P3 recipes. But anyway, I do review each recipe before I pin it so that I know that it's okay and it's safe. So if you follow me on Pinterest, there's little buttons. You can just follow me, and then you'll see whenever I add new recipes to those boards, you'll see them, and it's just a totally awesome resource. The last thing I wanted to tell you guys is, unfortunately, I have a lot of food allergies. It's really quite pathetic. And what that means is I haven't even been able to make most of the recipes on these boards that I'm pinning because I can't eat most of the ingredients. However, my mom has been so kind as to be making the recipes that I've been pinning lately, and she's been commenting on them. So you can even go onto my boards and see what recipes she's made and what her review of it was, how she made it simpler or if it totally tasted fantastic, which so far it sounds like the recipes have been totally great. And it's a really great way to find other awesome food blogs out there where you may find other really great recipes as well. So anyway, I hope you guys will take advantage of this new resource because I just totally love it. And you know, it's not messy, it's organized, you always have it there. You can make your own notes to yourself when you pin something. You can write something into the description box just for yourself to remember. So it's just a great resource overall. So I hope you guys found that helpful. Take care. Bye.